This week's GTA Online update actually has a really good mix of money-making opportunities, but the value here is really going to depend on how you approach it. There are some options here this week for players who just want to log in and make some quick daily cash with basically minimal effort, and then we also have some other activities that you can grind repeatedly if you're looking to stack up some serious income over longer gameplay sessions this week. Some of the bonuses lean toward more passive style play, and then others are going to reward you for being active and efficient while you actually do missions. So there's some strategy here involved in deciding what's worth your time, but in this week's weekly update money guide, we're going to break down how to take advantage of everything available this week, which methods make the most sense depending on your play style, and what I would recommend personally for the type of player that you are on how to most take advantage of this new GTA Online weekly update. So jumping in just real quick to preface before we get into all the strategies here, I just want to go over all the bonuses themselves. I'm here in my MC Clubhouse just to kind of theme it for the week because this is a very biker focused week. Starting off, we have double money on all Counterfeit Cash Factory sale missions, which is awesome. You're already making 35% more on the sale missions anyway if you own a car wash here in game. You have your mansion production speed boost that you can apply and then sell it for double money anyway with the sale mission bonus this week. You have double money on the street dealer sales, which we're going to be talking about as well. We have double money and double RP on all biker clubhouse contracts, another great bonus for this week if you want some good mission variety, and if you want to do some other free roam work sort of similar to VIP work but a little bit less fun, we have the MC work and challenges. But in addition to that, we have some adversary modes like the community combat series paying out double money and double RP. We also continue for another week to have the Rockstar created Lunar New Year stunt races, 3 times money and 3 times RP, or if you have GTA Plus, these are actually going to be 6 times money and 6 times RP. The community series jobs are also going to be double money and double RP in those adversary modes in the community series. And then the weekly challenge, if you're already doing the Lunar New Year stunt races for the 3x or 6x money, you can actually earn another $100,000 just for winning 2 of those stunt races or other stunt races for that matter, and you'll complete the weekly challenge and make that 100 grand. So that's all the opportunities we have. Now let's focus in on what I think is absolutely worth it for this particular week. First, let's chat about double money and that opportunity on the street dealer sales. So this guy right behind me standing in front of this electrical box, this is a street dealer. Every single day you will have a total of 3 street dealers that spawn in different locations around the map in GTA Online. Today I have one down here just east of the Maze Bank Arena. We also have one, it's going to be like over here in some area, and then we also have a third street dealer. For me, you know, particularly on this day in GTA Online, there's also going to be another one around here. You can find the location of these on the gtaweb.eu map. I will leave that down in the description below. It's a super useful resource for GTA Online. But back to the street dealers themselves. That's just so you could look up the locations. The street dealers, they spawn in different locations. You can find them marked on the map when you get close to them, and you could sell various illicit product to these dealers. Every single day, they'll also pay a higher than normal price for one certain type of product, and it depends on which dealer you visit. So say for one day, they may overpay for Coca-Cola from your Coca-Cola lockup, while on another, they may overpay for math from your math lab. Of course, you can sell nearly all of your MC business product to them without too many issues. They don't accept counterfeit cash or document forgery files or anything like that. They just take the Coca-Cola, the math, as well as the grass, and then acid product from your acid lab. But just remember, in order to sell to these guys, you need to own the businesses of that product because you need to have product to be able to sell to these dealers. When you sell that product, your stock at your MC business or your acid lab, for example, will decrease. Let's say if you don't have any product in any of those businesses, but you have product in your nightclub. Well, you could still sell the street dealers and they'll draw from the nightclub product. You do not want that though, because then you will actually be suffering a loss because the nightclub product is what you want to focus on selling. You can still make a profit selling to street dealers rather than selling the MC product yourself with the actual sale missions, but your profit margins are just going to be lower. I would not sell the street dealers if you're drawing from your nightclub product because you don't have MC product. If you're going to sell the street dealers, make sure you're resupplying your MC businesses as usual. So let's check this out here. Because for this guy, we can sell 10 units of acid, make $60,800 with the double money. So we're going to do that. I'm going to sell 2 units of math for $35,700. And then I'm going to initiate a sale of 10 units of grass as well for $31.3K. And then we are also going to sell 1 unit of Coca-Cola for that overpaid value of $40,500. So we could do all of that. We've exhausted this street dealer. Now we're going to move on to the other 2. In total, if you're wondering how much you can make normally you can make $250,000 a day, round numbers from these guys normally. But with the double money, that will be about $500,000 per day, which is honestly really, really good. So I'm going to go to the next street dealer location, which I believe is like right over here in this alley, and I'll see you guys there. And while I'm approaching the location of the dealer, I figured I'd just, sort of elaborate a little bit more on what I mean about these being actually worth doing. If you're just grinding MC sale missions because you don't mind doing the sales and driving the slow vehicles around, just do that. I wouldn't bother selling to street dealers because it's just going to take longer to produce the rest of the product to fill up your MC businesses when you're constantly offloading some of this stuff to these street dealers. But for a player like me who absolutely hates MC sale missions, doesn't do them anyway, but still wants to make some money from MC businesses without doing the sale missions, despite the lower profit margins that you get on these street dealers compared to the actual normal MC sales, it is worth it. This week we have double money and double RP on all counterfeit cash sale missions. I can't sell that stuff to street dealers anyway, so I might as well do the sale missions. But when it comes to the grass, the math, the Coca-Cola, and the acid, I like selling this stuff to street dealers just because of the fact that I'm making money from those MC businesses that I otherwise normally wouldn't be making money from because I'm just simply not doing MC sale missions. But like I said, you always want to make sure if you are going to sell to street dealers, stock up on actual MC products so you can sell it to the dealers, because if you don't, you are going to draw product from your nightclub from those associated businesses because they are technically unrelated at the nightclub. And in that case, you will suffer an actual loss because selling that nightclub product to a street dealer is going to give you less money compared to just selling the nightclub product. So here we go. We have our last guy here. We will sell our grass to him. We will sell our math. We will sell our Coca-Cola here, and we will also sell another 10 units of acid. We made a ton of money right there. That is a lot of money to make from street dealers, and that only took me here, even though I'm taking my time explaining this on the recording, that was 5 minutes, and we made that amount of money. And you could do that once every single day. And for double money this week, that's honestly really, really solid cash. If you have an MC Clubhouse, this week in GTA Online, all of the MC Clubhouse contracts are paying out double money and double RP, making them a much more worthwhile side activity, like I said, if you already own a clubhouse. These missions are essentially just very quick session-based jobs handed out by Malk and on the contract board that have you doing everything from like cracking safes open and rescuing clients to stealing bikes. You disrupt various deals, you escort allies across the map. Honestly, it's kind of a nice change of pace from the standard business grinding you may be doing, and with the double money applied, the usual payouts of around $18,000 to $30,000 thereabouts are now boosted to roughly $36,000 to $60,000 per contract on average. So you have lower end jobs like Cracked, for example. Those can range from $13,000 to $52,000 depending on how many bags during that mission you secure, and then you go all the way up to the higher scaled missions like Fragile Goods, which can now reach up as much as $68,000 when fully completed. Now this puts the overall boosted payout spread this week at roughly, again, $13,000 at the absolute worst and low end, right? That's awful. But then you can reach over $70,000 at the top end with the Life and Death Bikes contract. And that's the contract that's probably going to be most competitive. It's quick, it's a good co-op moneymaker, or especially if you're solo and you can just run all these back to back to back solo or with an MC crew. So when you head on into the community meeting room area with the big table, you can see the contract board right here, and you have a choice of 3 contracts. So we're going to jump in and check one of these out. So here we are in my MC Clubhouse, office. Well, actually, this isn't technically the office with the computer, but it's just like the community room, the meeting room, right? You come in here, this is where you can see your biker clubhouse contracts. You can choose any selection of 3 of them, and typically if you don't get the mission that you want to actually play, you can just leave your session, join a new invite-only lobby, or if you grind in public lobbies, you could do that, and just join a new session, spawn back into your MC Clubhouse, and this contract list will refresh. So the mission you probably want to be focusing on most is Life and Death Bikes. There's other good ones that you can check out. We don't really have one right here, and I'm pretty sure if I wanted to select, let's say, weapon of choice, like if I access this and I select weapon of choice, it says we do not have enough MC members to start this contract, because this one you need at least 2 players, I would believe. Some of them you may need even more, but we can do Life and Death Bikes. If you're going to focus on any mission, this is going to be the one. Like I said, there's other ones you could do, but particularly for this week with the double cash on the MC Clubhouse contracts, Life and Death Bikes you can complete typically in under 5 minutes. It pays out the most. It used to be even better, but Rockstar actually nerfed the payout on it. But even post-nerf, you still make some good money, and you have 30 minutes to complete it, so you can keep track of how long it's taking you to do it, etc. I'm going to run outside my clubhouse. We're going to get this started. After you listen to the phone call with Malk, or you just hang up, you'll get the location of where you're supposed to find the death bike. It's usually located in a mansion up in the Vinewood Hills. And the reason I talked about this mission typically being able to be done in under 5 minutes is because a lot of the times you can do that. You have enemies you eliminate, you steal the bike, then you have to go to a different location and take out another group of bikers. And the locations are spread around the map. A lot of times you get the ones in the city. Sometimes, though, you have to go up to the Western Highway, and you typically go, I forget exactly where it is. It's around here you're gonna go, so you have to go kind of far, and that mission will take you probably, I would say, 6 to 7 minutes at that point, just because of the fact that, you know, you do have to travel further and drive that death bike all the way there. Now, if you want to make this as absolutely as fast as possible, just go in on your Oppressor Mark II, or your Sparrow, or Raiju, just blow everyone up, you know. I like taking the in-person gunfights and on foot and stuff like that, so I usually just hop off my Oppressor and shoot everyone. I'm not looking for record time for this, but we're just trying to have fun and enjoy it, right? So once you take out the enemies outside, we need to break into the inside of the house here. And inside, there's a few more enemies that spawn. You'll have, I would say, in this whole house, there's maybe like 20 enemies you gotta kill thereabouts. You know, if you have trouble with other guns, you can use the assault shotgun. Normal SMG is fine. It's all close range, but you're just trying to reveal the location of the elevator, and you get these 3 buttons that spawn. One of them reveals the elevator, one of them's a dud, the other's a trap, and it electrocutes you. So let's see if this one... Okay, we got the elevator first try. We found it. Now we're just gonna head down to the basement garage level. And this is where you have another set of enemies that spawn. One of them, though, is like a mechanic, and he's a little bit face tanky. So focus on him first. Shoot him. He took, you know, 6 or 7 rounds of the assault shotgun, which is a lot of pellets to absorb. But as you can see, our death bike is right here. This is what we're stealing. We're about halfway done with the mission right now. Now we need to leave and eliminate a group of bikers using the death bike. You don't technically need to use the death bike, it is fun, but we need to go to a location and kill a group of enemies, and you need to do that no matter what. We actually got lucky because we're targeting the Kang Pei for this and not a group of bikers, so we are going downtown into the middle of Los Santos, which is good, because then once we're done eliminating this group of enemies, we just need to drive this death bike to the MC Clubhouse to get our full payout, and that's good because we're going to be very close by. We don't need to drive all the way back from the northwest side of the map back to the city, right? That is, if your MC Clubhouse is in downtown Los Santos and it's not anywhere else. Okay, so here is the group of the Kang Pei that we need to eliminate. I would recommend, obviously, you could just go in with your RPG, grenade launcher. Maybe I'll do the grenade launcher. And I'll just take out everyone here. Just make them blow up all at once, and that is it. So they are all dead. We are only 4 minutes into this mission. Malk's gonna give us the call. We collected the death bike. He's gonna ask if we want to keep it for the rest of the session or if we want to drop it off. I'm gonna drop it off because I want the money for this mission. Yes, return death bike to Malk. Yes, accept. Alright, so we are about to complete this in just over 4 minutes. I could probably drag out the time a little bit. I don't think that affects the payout, though. So let's just see what 4 minutes, 20 seconds gives us for this mission. I didn't even get to see it. Did it pop up? $74,000 with double money. Now, if we go back in, we can do some other contracts, right? Like, we could probably start up the jailbreak. But it's like, do you want to do that? Or do you want to just load into a new invite-only session, spawn back into your MC Clubhouse, and then see if that job spawns again? That is something that's totally viable for you to do. It's not guaranteed to spawn on the contract board. I don't know how many contracts in total there are, but this is a viable strategy. If you're looking to farm money this week with the MC Clubhouse contracts, then this is probably the strategy to go with. Prioritize life and death bikes anytime you see it pop up. If it doesn't show up, you could still do other ones. You don't need to keep loading into new invite-only sessions just to get that mission, but I would recommend playing that one. And then the other good one is Hit the Roof. This one will take you a little bit longer. This one may take you 8 or 9 minutes. There's a lot of enemies to take out, but you also get paid a pretty decent amount, and it's fun. You're using the Oppressor Mark I for that one. Torched is something that is actually kind of annoying to deal with. A lot of times you go to Stab City, and you got to take out all these crates, and then you have to open up a safe, and in the middle of that, you have more biker members or bike gang members that are basically shooting at you, and you take too much damage, and it is kind of easy to die over and over on that, so I don't prefer that one. But Hit the Roof, if I'm not going to do life and death bikes, Hit the Roof is also a totally viable mission to play. And then lastly, for the final bonus I want to talk about this week, it's the double money opportunity on all counterfeit cash sale missions. I have my game muted right now because there's this weird glitch going on with mansions where you can hear the fireplace. The fire is roaring, the wood's crackling, but you can't see it anywhere, and it's just like a loud audio bug just constantly in your ears while you're walking around your mansion. So I have to mute the game audio for this. But the counterfeit cash opportunity for the sale missions is pretty solid. Again, we've had MC sale mission bonuses and MC production bonuses and speed boosts for months now since the release of the Mansions DLC. So I'm personally sick of it, but I'll just overview it one more time for those players who just want to see like if it's actually worth it or not. So if you own the hands-on car wash, you get a 35% buff to the sale value of your counterfeit cash at your MC business. So let's say you own all 3 upgrades for your cash factory. You can get your equipment upgrade to speed up your production rate, the SAF upgrade to also speed up your rate of production, but also improve the overall value of your product when you sell it. The security upgrade, well, what that's going to do is reduce your chances of raids. And then let's say on top of all this, you own this mansion that I'm in right now, or any mansion, and then you can also attribute your mansion daily production business boost to your counterfeit cash business if you wanted to do it. I'm not really going to bother. But either way, not only when you own a mansion do you eliminate your MC raids entirely if you have the security upgrade for your mansion, that's going to stack on top of your actual individual dedicated MC business security upgrade that you own, but with the production speed boost, you're also, let's say you do the production speed boost at your mansion, you have the hands-on car wash for the 35% sale buff, and with the double money this week, you're making $536,000 per hour with the counterfeit cash business. That's ridiculous money for any business that generates product in the background for you. And here we are in our cash factory. I'm just stocking up. So I'll go over to my computer right now just so we could talk about it real fast. If we wanted to sell this stock level that I had right now, I'd be making almost $600,000. You have 2 options with this counterfeit cash business this week because you're going to be producing product so fast and selling it for a ton of money. You can either just resupply product once and then sell it. That way you'll always get 1 delivery vehicle. Or if you want to make a ton of money by selling a max counterfeit cash factory at full product. I don't have it just yet, but if I were to sell this, we're gonna have a bunch of vehicles. If you sell a max product business, you're gonna have 3 boring and slow vehicles that are a total snooze fest. And in a public lobby, if you really want to risk it all for that maximum 50% or 1.5x high demand bonus, you still have your 2 remaining vehicles sitting there like sitting ducks at your spawn point, which for me are the boats, and they're going to be all the way down here. I should just take my Sparrow over there, but I'm not actually trying to complete this mission right now. I just wanted to start it for the sake of this commentary. But nonetheless, you can either do 1 resupply mission and then sell. You won't be making a ton of money each time, but at least that way you'll just guarantee yourself 1 vehicle and you can repeat it often. Or you can sell the whole thing in bulk at once. You can stack your hands-on car wash 35% buff, the double money for the weekly event, and then also the 50% or up to 50% bonus you can get for the high demand bonus as long as you have 20 plus players in the lobby. All that can make the counterfeit cash sale missions worth it with the bonuses this week. For me personally as a player, I'm so burned out on these, I don't do them anyway. And like I was just talking about with the street dealer section, I'm just going to focus on that. I don't even think I'm going to sell cash this week. Even though I can't sell the cash to street dealers anyway, I just don't even want to engage with these missions. I just am so sick of it. I will do anything else. I will play normal contact missions and not do these. Maybe to some of you players out there, I'm making the MC sale missions sound worse than they actually are, but again, for my playstyle, I'm just sick of it. And even if you sell a full stock level of MC product, you can still get the 1 single truck delivery. I'm not saying you're guaranteed to get 3 vehicles, like the 3 boats, the 3 planes, the 3 to 4 motorcycles, stuff like that, or the 3 trash masters, the trash and garbage trucks. But still, I just don't want to constantly be hopping and surfing sessions to repeat the sale mission to see if I get different vehicles and constantly lose product and lose money, because sometimes I have to search for a new session 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 or 8 times, and I still don't get the single truck. And at that point, I might as well have just done the first mission and just taken the time, because it took me time to change invite-only lobbies, and I also would be losing a huge amount of product each time I do it, so that's not really worth it to me. But if it's worth it to you, go for it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think with all that said and out of the way, we are going to be wrapping everything up right here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Drop a like if you guys did go on to enjoy it. Of course, consider subscribing to the channel if you are new and you want to see more GTA Online content just like this. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushtv. And I'll see you guys in the next video later on today talking about some of the free DLC cars you can pick up this week. Have a fantastic day, and adios, amigos.